This is Football Made in Ghana on Citi TV. We discuss national team matters. The Black Galaxies, they did Algeria, they prep for the start of the CHAN tournament this weekend. For those who don't wonder what the CHAN tournament be, the African Nations Championship, the competition created by CAF for the players where then they play on the continent and in their home countries, right? So if they play for Ghana in the Ghana Premier League, yeah, you'll be eligible. If they play for Nigerian Premier League, you'll be eligible. So that's what we discuss. The Black Galaxies, they prep for that competition. I get Yao Mingta and Achu. Guys, just finally, I read some, many years ago, the time the CHAN starts, some people, they argue, say, why CAF restrict them to people who play in their countries? Yeah. Why they don't expand them to include people who play in Africa, but not in their home countries? Back and forth, but eventually CAF
if you do so, go check like the AFCON, the foreign-based players where they will come back.
Players play for Africa.
Yeah, but they will still qualify as foreign-based because more countries them are players. Then go line. You go see them go line first 11. Egypt, South Africa. Then they play for Egypt, South Africa, Morocco, Algeria.
But the truth is, really, I don't know how many countries go fit present a squad say of 23. Where you go have a good number of them playing outside their country. Even if you restrict it to Africa, you may have a few exceptions.
Central African bloc, the Southern African bloc,
majority.
They get a lot of them playing in the
South
PSL.
Africa. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then so you can have Zimbabweans.
Then you go have the West African bloc too. More of them are players too. They play the North African teams.
Anyway, that's just
go make them foreign based.
On the weekend, if you take the team sheet of Petro Luanda, Petro Atletico of Angola, you find a lot of foreign nationals for the masquerade inside.
Yeah. Will they be Africans?
Yes. If you take Tompuza Mazembe, you go find a lot of players where they play outside.
Simba SC, Augustine Okra, them so they play for them.
If you take South Africa, if you watch even the PSL team sheets,
I mean, even for one team, it would have been brilliant. Say we go get Kwame Pepra, Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
He lead the attack.
Edwin Juma they play for Sekulele United for PSL for South Africa.
Very interesting. Anyway, guys, let's move on to the other national team, the Black Stars. After the World Cup, the different things, but as the dust settle, we get one big question we for answer. Who will be the next Black Stars coach? Yeah. With that question, we for answer, and because we get AFCON qualifiers, they go resume very soon, about March or so. We for qualify the team go the next AFCON. We say we want rebuild and all of that, but they go need coach. Henry Asantichum be the communications director at the GFA. He talked a few things. First, he talked about the caliber of the coach, and then he mentioned a few other things concerning the Black Stars coaching role. So, make we listen to Henry Asantichum on Black Stars coaching matters and what the next step be for the national team.
Well, you need a coach who is firm and can take bold decisions at this point in time. You also need a coach who has the respect of the dressing room. And your coach be a kekena okofano ba only respect of the dressing room na or take a decision and answer or desana players so. That is not what you need at this moment. Especially when most of your into Okofa coach aba, you need to be guided in taking such decisions. Or control or authority or a firm or a bold NFA or sign having the respect of the dressing room. That is the kind of coach we need at this moment. Because Ugofa Obiba na or on to me and fan and see from one dressing room agent in someone it's going to be calamitous, and that is not what we need at this moment, especially when we are preparing for a major tournament. Our Obo qualifiers area will go into a major tournament.
Yeah.
On the back of two tournaments are anko, in your next.
All right, that'll be Henry Asantichum. Then they speak for Asenpai, I'm sure say you see for your screen. Guys, so they lay out the criteria. They say they need coach will be hard guy.
Yeah.
If you summarize everything, say they need hard guy.
Galka to then write official letter after the World Cup. We then talk say the next Black Stars coach will be competent. It will be competent. Wait for be experienced. Then things so then stay for inside.
But we all know say the next Black Stars coach. Of course, it will be competent.
Yeah.
I want to talk to some coach be incompetent. That's what we want to.
Oh, according to some quarters, then they see him say you know be competent.
Who no be competent?
Oh, one former coach Otuado.
They say
You be trainer / scout.
Chinese
So
boys never go stop the talk this thing.
no, it did Dortmund website say this be in row. This be in row. So it don't be saying we dey shade them.
But later, you know,
It don't be say we dey shade them. That be in row. It be Dortmund them website talk. That be in row.
You know there again.
You know, it'd be interesting because in the past week, there is one name that has been prominent in the conversation about Black Stars coach, which be former coach Kwesi Appiah.
Okay.
And because of my knowledge of the workings of the Black Star space, when it comes to hiring a coach, I'm not able to dismiss that interview. I feel
some weight stay inside.
Yeah, something there under. Look, Kwesi no be somebody where he talk. He just they talk to the media. He only they talk when he dey hear, when he be relevant, when he be. I think the right word for this go be seminal.
I see.
Yes, because in the past we've seen the circumstances where it led to Kwesi appointment to.
Yeah.
It never they make sense.
Because you have appointments or
The second one, I mean,
especially the second one.
He's hiring.
There's always some mystery around.
In 2001, it took presidential intervention to get Kwesi Appiah. And 2001 was Kwesi Appiah's first introduction to the Black Stars. That time, he can't assist Jones Atukefield the late. And at that time, Kwesi get nothing on his CV. Like, I think not in the UK.
They're in the UK.
Where he come back, can coach the Black Stars as assistant coach. The time he returned to was it 2008? Similar circumstance. Look, when we say make Aram Grant go, you had a whole majority leader in Parliament, or say Chairman Sabons. You go Parliament to go talk, say, we're not going to afford the cost of maintenance of a foreign coach. We'll go hire a local coach, make you do the job. Ultimately, as he can't say, make the decision, whether it was deliberate or not, there was a political decision to hire a local coach. And he just happened to be the beneficiary for the third time. 2001, I think, late 2000s, and then now, after 2017, where he get a job. Now, one understanding of the Black Stars coach and the decision to hire who, we know say it's never been a sporting decision. In fact, there is not a sporting body that is dedicated for running football in this country. We have some administrators, executives where we put for the executive council that say make them make technical decision. In fact, the last time where we say we go hire coach, Otuado, check the panel where they go bring them. We recommend them where the GFA president accepts. So the closest way you will come to be when the GFA they tell you say, oh, after consultations, this people that. But every time the GFA statement you will find go talk say the executive council has decided in the past, the executive committee has decided. So never have we made a sporting decision. Every time there are economic, political considerations, and this is partly because
and nationalistic considerations.
Yes,
sometimes
this is partly because the decision to bear the responsibility, both the economic security and everything, is on the states, not the GFA.
That's what many people don't know.
Yeah,
many people say
no.
Many people say be the GFA. The GFA know they pay coach.
The Black Stars coaching force GFA, you know, be them that will provide. So you have a situation where it's the government through the sports ministry who pays the Black Stars coach. Now, when you consider the fact that the last two appointments, which have been heavily dominated or influenced by the GFA itself, so the decision to not renew Kwesi Appiah's contract was by the GFA.
CK.
The decision to sack CK was by the GFA. The decision to go for Otuado instead of Chris Hughton was by the GFA. Does the sports ministry now sit back and say, Charlie, still, make you go take the decision? No. So I feel, say, for this particular one, it'd be possible, say, we go have the sports ministry playing hardball. Unless the name the GFA, they go give them the name where the ministry already think of.
So your suspicion be say, it go cut some time, we go forget the GFA, them a preference versus the ministry them are preference.
Yeah.
Or the ministry go talk
No,
say,
that one we had.
it be we
have
go
them
pay the
already.
coach.
Yes.
We have them already.
It be we
And you see,
appoint.
it will
Yeah.
be easy for them to question whoever the GFA they bring, because under this government, under the Akufo-Addo government, the GFA them are record with hiring national team coaches or recommending that they get fired. It's not been very good. Even when there's been sufficient basis to recommend that let a coach be fired, their replacement has not been great.
I see.
Milovan Rajevic, Otuado. We see how it all end out. So I just the talk say, look, the interviews where you hear say Kwesi Appiah, you know they talk nya. Sabi, you know be
they
French
talk
man.
by
No,
heart.
you know they talk by heart. If Kwesi go give interview, it be very strategic. It often they precede something
Like this
more
something
important where it they come. And you see, Kwesi, since he left the Black Stars job, he don't do any job where go for put him in the frame. But as we already established, the decision to hire Black Stars coach has never been a sporting one. So it will not be out of character. In fact, we will be staying true to ourselves in hiring not just Kwesi Appiah, but anyone who sporting-wise does not make a lot of sense. Because if really they won't assess who for take the job, the considerations they make be say, what be in track record, what be in beliefs, how he they build in teams, those ideas, that history, it be consistent plus the materials we get now. It go fit give meaning to the squad we get right. Because right now we need somebody who go coach the team and build us a team.
Well, of course, globally that be the standard. If anybody want employ coach, they look at
the
track
CV.
record, competence, whether
It be what it come down to.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I just don't want to tell people say, look, the man, you know, just the talking now.
Okay.
You know,
that one may be true, but the thing to be say, somebody like Chris Hughton, into get some backers, strong backers for the political line top. So Kwesi no go get them better like that. Because Chris Hughton too, we get in supporters.
Into we get constituency.
Yeah, for get constituency along the political lines. Where if you match Chris Hughton then Kwesi Appiah, Kwesi Hughton, despite the fact say Kwesi Appiah take Ghana go World Cup before, but Chris Hughton is CV they are.
If we be serious for this country, there should not be any need for any external help when it comes to a name like Chris Hughton. I mean, like, to be very...
Just
and
promote them.
Not to disrespect anybody, but in the first instance, nobody get any reason, any right to even mention Otuado in the same breath as in the same sentence. Never. They're not close.
No context.
Yes.
One be wanna be, the other be established international
But
coach.
the thing is, say the GFA then get them away with that one. So me and the CC, as I should talk now, the ministry then go be firm on this one. Where the talk say along those lines to Chris Hughton get some strong backing. So that one go fit. And on top of that, he did play the team for a while. So he's been with the team for a while. So that continuity bit, it not going to be matter.
Okay.
It about...
Make we listen Henry Asante Chum. Henry Asante Chum, the GFA communication director. They talk about the number of coaches where they apply for the Black Stars. You just listen. It go draw some very interesting number. You listen.
Maybe over 60.
60 applications.
Yes.
Hey, and it also.
Yeah.
Black Stars is attractive.
Oh, very attractive. You can't play at the World Cup on 4 occasions and think your brand is not attractive.
Yeah.
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
You cannot have Mohamed Kudus in your team and think your brand is not attractive.
Yeah.
No. Kona anko ye in Qatar.
Yeah.
Na ye expecting it, but I think we showed very good signs. Given another platform, no.
What kind of caliber of coaches now we receive this?
Most of them are European coaches, and some of them too from South America.
South America.
Yeah.
Ghana need to apply.
All right, so that'll be Henry Asante. He said Charlie over 60 coaches.
Oh, yeah.
But
But they talk, they say, Ghana will be big boys.
The last word, the last
football
expression
inside.
was Ghana ni bian count.
Hey!
It about. So,
Wow.
So Ghana, we not for take on our body say.
But the next question we say we get money. We get money.
That one will be tricky because back in the day, now they make one of mine say, oh, we don't go approach 100,000.
See, because you know
Nathan,
my theory.
Nathan,
See,
this one, you know, belong talk. Find the money.
We know if we day Ghana and talk say, oh, we want
World
chop
Club.
pizza, and yet it be bread money.
Money.
That-
Yeah, that one will be
Find the money. Look,
May they find the money.
the only thing I could tell the politicians is say, when the football makes sense, the money makes sense. If the coach come, where people start to see the results, then they see that they perform, people will shut up. The only time money becomes an issue is when the performance be nya, then somebody will go blow some nya, then people go ball.
Say, the coach will really pay out.
You see that thing? Like the performance not to go well, the results not to go well. Then somebody to go talk something where it make people ball. That be when
I see
people go start it. Now you say see the money will they pay you by. You know really they do much give we. So make the right decision. Of course, we for be careful, right, about how we use the state in resources, especially given the prevailing economic conditions. But for as much as possible, find the money and get the best person for the job.
I see. This